She got the speed. Filming in slow motion. She got the speed.
Hello, dear friends. In this video, you will see another selection of cool products on Amazon and AliExpress. For more information, see the links in the description. Feel free to like the video to support me and subscribe to my channel without forgetting the bell. Let's go!
Hi, I'm Emily Hutchins, Nike Run Club coach and Nike Master Trainer from Chicago. So look, while there are a lot of different options out there when it comes to shoes, it's important that you understand the difference between a running shoe and a training shoe. So a running shoe, meant for linear movement, meant to be cushioned, meant to be comfortable, meant to support you in a straight line as you're logging miles on the road. Where a training shoe is meant for multi-directional movement in the gym, doing things like lunges and squats and lateral movement to keep you safe on the training floor. It's important for the complete runner to understand the benefits of a training shoe and the benefits of a running shoe, as they are both two completely different things, but both go hand in hand when it comes to being a strong, efficient, fast runner.
Injury is the worst thing for an athlete. It's a nightmare.
It's awful, heartbreaking.
You lose a little bit of yourself.
I feel like something is missing.
It's an emotional drain on the body as well.
Our job is to always understand the runner and listen to the runner, but also being able to measure them objectively. So the North Star for us is ultimately to try and move the needle in terms of how we reduce the risk of injury. People have been trying to solve running-related injuries for a long time. Nobody's cracked the nut, so to speak. One of the ways motion control works is to control pronation. And pronation is a natural motion of the foot during the rollover process. It's been assumed that that leads to injury. So the goal has been in running shoe product creation for a long time. Well, if we control pronation, we will control injuries. But it's certainly not one size fits all. There's lots of ways we've done this in the past. We've actually been successful. We know how to change pronation with motion control shoes, but we haven't made the link to say that actually reduces injury. And the reality is it hasn't. The first thing we looked at with the shoe was the cushioning. We used our React foam, which is incredibly soft, but it's also incredibly durable. To make the shoe more stable, we had to look at the width of the shoe, look at how wide we could go. The last thing we looked at on the midsole is the rocker, or the rollover point on a midsole, we call it. You want a shoe that has incredibly smooth transition or ride. So once you feel that you've designed and built a shoe that meets the requirements we were looking for, the next step is to put it through paces with real runners and see if we're actually changing injuries. And to do that, we partnered with Dr. Michael Ryan at the British Columbia Sport Medicine Research Foundation.
This is the largest prospective running injury study that we've ever done. There's lots of definitions of injury. The one that we use in the study is if you miss 3 consecutive workouts due to running-related pain. Over a 12-week period, we tested 226 runners, half in the Nike React Infinity Run and half in the Nike Structure 22, to see whether there was a difference in injury rates and pain perception between these shoes. Runners trained for a half marathon using a variable training program that involves mixing up both the distance and speed of the workouts.
The result that was incredible for all of us was that the runners, both males and females who ran in the Infinity shoe, sustained 52% fewer injuries than the same cohort that ran in the Structure. It clearly shows that we are on the right track, and it's a great first step on our journey to that North Star of no runner should get injured.
If I didn't have to worry about injury, I would just run for miles and miles and miles.
A world without injury is the world where you can achieve success.
Crossing the finish line healthy is just so incredible.
At the end of the day, we're always trying to make athletes better, and part of being better is not being hurt.
Do you really need a cheetah to know I'm fast?
New Balance.
You know I'm fast. Keep up.
This is a commercial about speed.
and some flames! Thanks!
She got the speed.
Filming in slow motion.
She got the speed.
Filming in slow motion.
She got the speed.
Filming in slow motion. Fast, fast, fast.
When you slow it down.
Choir, nice touch. Check this.
Ready? Go!
Let's run that back.
That boy fast.
You don't need us to tell you to be fast. Be fast.
New Balance.
It's a commercial about fuel cells.
Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet, yeah.
The thing that makes the Pegasus unique is that it is so consistent. The Pegasus was the joint effort of about 15 people involved in the design. There was no scientific process to come up with a name, but it was symbolic. It played into some of our Greek heritage with Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. Pegasus, you know, it's the Greek name of the half-horse, half-winged animal. And this is half air, half regular shoe.
I had started my career in Boston in 1979, and I thought I was going to end my competitive marathon career in 2008. I was having calf problems at the time, and I didn't want the Olympic trials, which was supposed to be my last marathon, to be the race where I had to drop out. So I trusted the peg so much that rather than wearing a racing shoe, I ran with the peg. I just so trust the peg.
The 37 is amazing because the update was pretty gigantic for the Pegasus. The midsole, that's really where the newness starts. The entire midsole is made up of React foam. It is lighter, more responsive, and more durable than that catch-all foam. It was almost a no-brainer. The bag you see in the 37 is more than 2 times thicker than the previous bag. That does not necessarily mean you go 2 times faster, but we know that you get more response out of the shoe. So the difference between the men's shoe and the women's shoe, specifically in the Zoom bag, is that the women's shoe, through wear testing, has been tuned to be about 15 PSI. That's just a little bit less pressurized than the men's shoe, which is about 20 PSI. And the tweaks that we made in the Zoom bag was wholly informed by what women truly wanted. They came back to us consistently and were asking for a little bit of a less stiff ride. So just serving exactly what their wants were through the technology in the Zoom bag.
If you go back a couple decades and you put on a pair of running shoes, your first reaction would be, I feel like there's very little cushioning and very little responsiveness. That's unbelievable. Knowing that this is between you and the ground, yeah, it makes me feel pretty good. Come on, it's the peg. which is why I've been with you for so long. It's a workhorse for generations now of runners. Isn't that the ultimate thing when it comes to a relationship? Can I count on you? The Peg has always stepped up and said yes, which I think is something that runners of the Pegasus really enjoy. The fact that you're going to make my Pegasus better.
Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have not seen these videos, be sure to look. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because there will be more cool products. Bye-bye!